send the thunder home. Lillard, long range three.
Welcome back to Studio Sports Talk. We are back with another banger, man. Gonna talk about a lot. It was a jam-packed sports weekend. Any type of sport, you name it, it happened this weekend. And yeah, we're here to talk about all of it, man. It might be a long episode, but man, buckle in, get you some refreshments, get some popcorn, and let's watch. Enjoy your Studio Sports Talk, man.
Facts.
So,
I'm just so excited to talk about sports this weekend. It was an admirable sports weekend, and I'm ready to dig deep and talk about it. On Saturday, May 7th, we witnessed possibly the greatest sports moment of the entire decade. Wow. Rich Strike wins the Kentucky Derby. Biggest upset in the Kentucky Derby history. Morning line odds, 30-1. You know, it was 81 odds at one point. He was number 20 on the leaderboard. He was a scratch. Friday morning, he was an alternate and he was going to race. Rich Strike, this horse was a stallion. He's just an emotional horse. And man, I encourage all of you guys to watch this unreal comeback. Oliver, I know you're not a Kentucky Derby guy. I know Rich Strike probably isn't going to win the Triple Crown, but what a comeback by this guy. And this is one of the greatest upsets in sports history.
Hey, man, when you phrase it like that, it's a big deal. You know, he is just a horse, but he got some spirit to him. He got some heart. And, Rich Strike is your Kentucky Derby champion, man.
Shout out to his jockey, too. Because that's the real human control in Rich Strike. Sonny Leon from Venezuela. I think lives in Cincinnati. So shout out to him. Being a jockey is tough. You have to be very short. You have to be like 5'4", very light, because you have to be light to make the horse go. And dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because if you're too heavy, man, the horse won't be as fast. So you have to meet some criteria to be a jockey, but jockeys make the horse go. So
yeah. So Epicenter, that was a big favorite. He was in the lead the entire time. Zandon was right behind him. Obviously there was a Japanese horse, Zozos, that everyone thought was high on. So they were both in the lead, and out of nowhere, an amazing call by the announcer, by the way. Shout out the announcers. Rich Strike comes from nowhere and passes him. And we have our horse racing analysis on the phone, standing by with us to talk about the Kentucky Derby. We got everything. Conrad Wilbur, what was your thoughts on the 2022 Kentucky Derby and the amazing upset we saw in Rich Strike?
Yeah, you said it. It was an amazing upset, maybe the greatest upset in Derby history. Mattress Mac had his money on Epicenter to win it. Epicenter was leading at the very end. The Rich Strike came out of nowhere and won the race. This Mattress Mac guy, he's got to catch a break. Every single bet he makes.
Yeah, he's consistently wrong.
The Bengals, the Astros, Epicenter.
Facts. And do you think Rich Strike, he obviously was a huge, upset pick, big underdog in the Kentucky Derby. Can he possibly win?
Odds.
Can he possibly win the Triple Crown? Can he win the Belmont Stakes or the Preakness?
I don't think so. I heard the announcer said that this horse could have been bought for $30,000 before the race, which is
nothing.
Nowhere near what a Kentucky Derby horse could go for. But what an amazing race. What a final stretch by that horse.
Yeah, and this horse was just a stallion. This guy was full of energy. After the race, he was biting the little pony that was supposed to lead him back.
He couldn't calm down.
Yeah, he couldn't calm down. He's just, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they drugged him up before or something. And we saw that happen last year with Medina Spirit, whole horse racing controversy.
Adrenaline shot.
What's up?
A little adrenaline shot.
Yeah, a little adrenaline shot. Come on now. But Rich Strike, shout out. I love underdog stories. They're going to make a movie about this guy one day. Great job by him. Hopefully he can win the next one. But yeah. And shout out our horse analysis here, Conrad Wilbur.
Shout out.
See you guys.
See ya. All right. So there's a little talking horses here on CO Sports Talk. And let's move on.
Let's do it.
This morning, we watched history made again by Carlos Alcaraz in tennis. This time, he wins the Madrid Open, his second Masters 1000 and third big tournament in a few weeks after winning Miami, Barcelona, and Madrid just in time for the French Open. And in this Madrid Open, he beat Rafael Nadal, the king of clay, Novak Djokovic, and Alexander Zverev, number 3 in the world, in the finals. And mind you, this guy is 19 years old in 2 days. I mean, it's crazy. Even non-big tennis fans know of Carlos Alcaraz now, huh, Oliver?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't watch tennis that much. I used to watch it a lot more with my grandma. She's a huge tennis fan. And yeah, I mean, this guy's definitely caught onto my radar. And I know he has for a lot of tennis fans and non-tennis fans. And he's gonna be a household name soon if he isn't already. Because I mean, this guy just beat 2 of the greatest tennis players to ever walk on the court. And he's only 19 years old. And as you mentioned, he just turned 19. So I mean, it's no word you can use to describe how impressive that is. And yeah, and then so let's welcome on a guest caller to talk about Carlos Alcaraz and his dominance.
Fact.
We're now joined by Aryan Jane, our tennis insider. And
Fact.
Aryan, what makes Carlos Alcaraz so special to be able to beat a guy like Nadal who specializes in the clay? And why do you think at such a young age, he's been able to beat these powerhouses?
I think one thing that Alcaraz he's really good at is his accuracy. Like he rarely misses in his shots, and he hits really well and really powerful down the line.
Yeah.
So that normally makes his opponents scrambling. And he also is really, since he's really young and he's playing these old people like Nadal and Djokovic, and he's winning against them. Something that's really big is his stamina.
Yeah. Because
he can run back and forth. He can drop shot really well. He can run up to the top of the court, run back to the back of the court. So he's really agile around the court, and that's something that his older opponents like Nadal and Djokovic might not be able to do as well.
Right. Makes sense. And I mean, he's already proved a lot, but do you think he can keep it going and win the French Open in a few weeks on clay again?
I think he'll definitely get far, like definitely semifinals, and I can definitely see him winning Roland Garros because he beat the number 4 seed Nadal on clay court, which is Nadal's specialty, in 3 sets. And then he beat number 1 Djokovic in 3 sets the next day. And then the next day he beat the world number 2 Zverev in 2 sets. So like his stamina is really good, and he's got that like desire to win.
Right.
And since he's got the tennis, he's got the stamina, and he's won against these amazing players, I think he's definitely got a great chance at winning at least 1 Grand Slam this year. And he's been on a roll this year, like winning, I think, 4 titles. He won Rio,
Miami,
and just now Madrid.
Yeah.
So I think his role will keep on going throughout 2022.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think his main challenge will be Djokovic.
Yeah.
Because in that Djokovic game, it was really close. Like the first set was 7-6, and Djokovic won at 7-5.
Right.
And then the second set, Alcaraz won 7-5. And then the third set, Alcaraz won 7-6, and the tiebreak was 7-5. So it was really, really down to the wire. So I think his main challenge in Roland Garros is going to be Djokovic, since he's already shown he's beaten Nadal on clay.
Yeah.
Enough facts, Aryan. One question I have is, we obviously live in the United States. We haven't had a good United States men's player in a long time. Which United States men's player is the most likely to be able to win a major one time? Is it Taylor Fritz, or is, one of the big guys like Riley Opelka? Who could it be that possibly takes home a Grand Slam?
That's a good question. Recently, I've been seeing Tiafoe. He's been playing really well, and I think he won the title in Estoril. It was an ATP 250 tournament. And then John Eisen has also been winning a lot in doubles, so I could see him winning.
That guy got height on him, bro.
And then the other one I've been watching a lot is Korda. He's also really good. He was facing Tiafoe in the semifinals in Estoril, so I could see Korda also winning a lot. But right now, Taylor Fritz is definitely hot after winning the Indian Wells.
Yeah. All right. Look out for those people.
All right. Thank you, Aryan. That was tremendous insight, man. Appreciate it. All right, so there you have it. Our tennis insight. Man knows everything about tennis inside and out. And yeah,
Talking
got-
tennis.
yeah, talking tennis with Serious Sports Talk, man. This is great so far. The playoffs are underway, and we got some good series to start.
Where's the Sharks at?
Yeah, facts. Where's San Jose at? We didn't make it this year. We lost like 10 in a row at one point to end the season. So, it wasn't our year. We looked good to begin the year, but wasn't there.
Prime Shark season when we were in like 8th grade and we had an insane comeback versus the Golden Knights, dude. Unreal. And then I think we lost to the Blues. We had like Couture. I think we still have him, but Pavelski, Thornton, they all the big beards.
Yeah.
And,
Pavelski's doing well for the Stars right now.
yeah.
Won that game after down 2-0.
Yes. Well, let's talk about it. And we'll bring on a good caller here because, we're not too educated.
The only good thing for the Sharks is Timo Meyer is him. So, we got that. I don't really watch the games, but I follow them. So, yeah. Let's start. So the Avs, who are probably the favorites along with the Florida Panthers, although the Florida Panthers are down 2-1. So the Avs probably the favorite right now, up against the Predators 3-0. And then the Minnesota Wild are tied 2-2 with the St. Louis Blues. Flames and Stars, Dallas is up 2-1. Oh, I misread that earlier. Okay. Oilers, you got what's his name? Connor McDavid, best player in the league, tied 2-2 with LA Kings. Then you got Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins against the New York Rangers. Pittsburgh's up 2-1. The Hurricanes and Bruins tied 2-2. Back in the day, my dad would have been really invested in this, but he was a huge Bruins fan. And I bet it, but they made a big trade. They traded his favorite player, and he stopped watching from there. He boycotted the team.
Damn.
And so I'm a Patriots fan because of him, and I bet if he kept watching hockey, I'd be a huge Bruins fan as well. So, yeah, that's that. But they're tied 2-2, and then Lightning, back-to-back champs, tied 2-2 with Maple Leafs, and their best player Austin Matthews, many believe is the second best player in the NHL. And then, as I just mentioned, Caps, wildcard team, up against Florida Panthers, who were the best team in the regular season. I think either them or the Avs. So yeah, a lot of good series. Nothing out of reach except for this Avs series. It looks like
the Predators, man. that team, big hockey town. I always mess with Nashville. The yellow in Nashville. Will Compton chugging beers with Taylor Lewan and the whole offensive lineman team. But shout out Will Compton, former Titans player, busting with the boys. This guy, the Preds tweeted 2-0 and he tweeted Nashville Hockey Town, not realizing that they were losing 2-0. So a little bit of a clueless guy. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not going to lie. I don't know much about hockey, but I'm very impressed with the Washington Capitals, who got a game. And we're bringing on a guy right now, though. Will Maxwell, you know all about the Stanley Cup. Give us your prediction.
So prediction, well, I'm in a hot tub right now, which is very nice. I think I want the Panthers as a kind of chalk take because, they're good, but Sharks legend Joe Thornton is on the Panthers. So I think they got some mojo, but they did lose game one. I think I like either one team that comes out, Bruins, Rangers. I think that was a great game. Penguins, Rangers. I saw yesterday the goalie for the Rangers got hit sticked, and it was 4-4, and then the Penguins won the Penguins. I don't even remember. One of the yellow and black teams, bro. It might be Penguins.
Yeah, it's the Penguins won. The Rangers were down 4-1, and they came back and then lost.
They were down 4-1, then tied 4-4, then lost 7-4, I think. And it was because the Rangers goalie tried to flop a hit to start a brawl, which is totally soft, due to the goalie. But I feel the NHL needs to get more love. It's such an entertaining sport. They can legally fight. Panthers or Stars? All right. USMNT expert is on. I think I like the three teams out of the West. I like the Stars, the Avalanche, and the Wild. And then out of the East, I like the Panthers. I like whoever wins the Lightning Maple Leaf series, and I like whoever wins Penguins Rangers. I think Penguins are going to win it. I think Lightning are going to beat the Leafs because the Leafs always choke, and then the Panthers. Those are my top six.
All right, okay, that's a lot of teams. Who's your champion?
My champion, I think I'm going to go with the Wild.
Oh,
I like that. All right, that's talking hockey. Thank you.
All right, thank you, boys.
NBA playoffs in full swing. We're in conference semifinal play right now. 8 teams remain. We're in the Elite 8, if you will. And man, we got some good series. 2-2, 2-2, 2-1, 2-1. And this is getting intense, man. In both the 1-4 matchups, because it's all chalk right now. The 1 seed went up 2-0 at home, and the 4 seed won both at home. So now Phoenix looked like they were gonna sweep Dallas. I thought that was gonna be a sweep. And Dallas goes home to Dallas and wins both games. And now that series is 2-2, and we got ourselves a series over there. And then Philly forcing Embiid to play through like a fractured orbital like thing in his skull and a torn ligament. So he has a mask on and everything. And the dude is just kept putting the team on his back because they don't win when he's not playing. And Harden had a great game today. Dropped over 30 points, was going off in that fourth quarter. So Philly ties that up, and I think they have a chance to win this series. Milwaukee-Boston looks like a great series, maybe our best of this round so far. It could go either way. They split in Boston, and then Milwaukee won the first game at home, and they play tomorrow night, or they play just tomorrow. And Boston looking to even that up. And then my Warriors playing the Memphis Grizzlies, and this series has been chippy to say the least. Super physical, lots of controversy. The Warriors are up 2-1. Ja Morant not likely to play tomorrow, which would be big for the Warriors. But if you look at the Grizzlies, they played 25 games without Ja Morant this year. They won 20 of them. So they were good without Ja Morant. I don't know why that is. Maybe Ja Morant takes a lot of shots and they have more chemistry when they're without him. But that is something to worry about if you're the Warriors. I think they will win that game. But, it could be tough just by judging how good Memphis is without Ja Morant. But the Warriors haven't lost at Chase Center this playoffs yet, although the atmosphere is not quite as good as Roracle. But they're looking to go up 3-1 and, maybe secure the series in Memphis. I mean, a lot of good series here, Casey. No one's running away with anything. How you feel about this?
Yeah, man. Series after series. I love it. All chalk, as you said. But, it was like Miami's going to win this series easily. And then Philly picked up 2-1s. Boston, Milwaukee's back and forth. JB's having great games and bad games, great game, bad games. Philly, Dallas is closer than the experts thought. Not me. I think Dallas is clutch. I mean, they just need help for Luka. And then Warriors, Memphis, man, huge. 2 really good games to start. Yesterday was kind of a blow and Jaws hurt. But we actually have an NBA analysis on the phone with me right now. It's straight out of Sweden. Hans, lightning zap. What time is it in Sweden, man? And what is your thoughts on this NBA playoffs?
What's up, Casey?
What's up, my brother?
Yeah, I mean, I think all the series are obviously some of the greatest ones we've seen. I think Celtics Bucks is going to be one of the closest. I think the Celtics pull it out, though. Hopefully the Warriors can win in 5.
Agreed. So if you have to give me a little prediction, Final Four, championship, and the winner, what you saying?
All right, so for the West, I think Dallas is going to pull up the upset.
I like it.
The Warriors are going to win, and I think Warriors are going to go to the finals from the West. Now the East, I think Boston's going to win. Miami, but I think Boston's going to represent the East, and I hope the Warriors can win it all.
I actually really like that. Boston versus Golden State would be really fun to start off the summer, good old June atmosphere. Jaylen Brown versus Steph Curry. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it'd be a great matchup.
Vax, Oliver, any questions for Hans Lightning Zap?
You've seen a lot of stuff about Embiid or Jokic for MVP. I know this isn't finals related, but if you had to vote, who do you vote for?
I would say Jokic. I think he's been the MVP pretty dominantly. I mean, I know Embiid averaged like 30, but Jokic averaged, 27, 28, somewhere around there. So, 2 points. I think Jokic's extra 7 assists make up for that.
Yep. Shout out Hans. I mean, this guy made grades for every single draft pick as well. We'll link those. And this guy, big Podol fan, Wordle, whatever you call him. So big sports fan, Hans Zapp. Thanks for calling in.
No problem. See you, Casey.
See ya. What a guy, man.
What a guy. Yeah, if I were to get to my predictions, I think, we saw this with New Orleans. This series was also tied 2-2. And then Phoenix decided to stop messing around, won the next 2 games. I think the same kind of thing happens. I think they go back to Phoenix, win that, and then they beat Dallas in 6. Warriors, I think, win in 5 or 6. they'll win tomorrow, I think. It just depends about that game in Memphis, but Warriors Phoenix. And I think Philly's gonna pull this out, man. Miami looks dead. It just looked like Jimmy Butler, and then no one else is deciding to show up.
Yeah.
And then here, I think Milwaukee's gonna pull this out. So actually, very different. Only thing me and Hans decided on the same as the Warriors, which just shows that it can go either way.
All four of these series could go either way. I would say the most confident one I would be on is Golden State, just because Jaw's hurt. I think we're going to be up 3-1. But I mean, we've blown a 3-1 lead before. And that Memphis crowd was really strong. And they're going to be hosting Game 5 and Game 7.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I think this could go to 6 instead of 5. But I still think the Warriors are going to pull it out. And then I like Milwaukee, Golden State in the finals. This Milwaukee team is just playing so well. Giannis is the best player in the league right now. And I mean, yeah. And then about MVP, so I think the Warriors beat the Bucks in the finals.
Yeah, I like that.
And then my MVP would probably be Jokic as well. Embiid is the first center to win the scoring title since Shaq, which is impressive. Another thing is going for him is team success. He's a 4 seed versus 6 seed, but tomato. But right. Jokic just he plays the game in such a different style. He's more efficient scoring the ball, and he also is probably the best passer in the league. And the fact that he's 7 foot makes that all the more impressive. So, yeah, but I think I can go either way. And then Giannis in third place, but Giannis is still fantastic. So
yeah, and I would like to share. I had the honor of talking to in person. I talked to recurring guest Rick Bucher. We love him. NBA analysis, been on the show before. I asked him, "What's your NBA, finals prediction?" Because obviously he knows everything. He hit me with a Bucks Suns, same as last year. So, shout out Bucher for that. Bucks Suns. I asked, "What about the Warriors?" He goes, "Next year, Warriors. I like the Warriors." And then I also saw him again Saturday, and he said, "Warriors win Game 3, Memphis wins Game 4." But that was before Ja got hurt. But yeah, so there we have it. That's Rick Bucher's thoughts. I personally like Warriors Celtics, just like my guy Han said. But I could also see Warriors winner of Heat Philly. Like I could see that. But yeah, whatever happens, Warriors, they make it, they're going to get a different opponent than Cleveland or Toronto. So that's nice.
Yeah, exactly. So new finals matchup. Yeah, let's talk a little MLB and wrap this up, man. So San Francisco Giants were slumping, lost 5 straight, 7 of 8.
We're back.
We're back. We're on a 2-game win streak and somehow managed to split the series with St. Louis after losing the first 2 games of a 4-game set. This guy named Juan Yepes comes out of nowhere for the Cardinals and becomes like insane. I feel like the guy got a hit every single at bat. He was up Patrick Wisdom of last year, maybe. And
new Giants killer.
Yeah, new Giants killer Juan Yepes. Same with Dylan Carlson. And the pitching is a concern, the hitting is concerned, but the bats were coming alive yesterday and today. We only scored 4 runs today, but the home runs were being hit. Lamont Wade hits his first coming back. Yes, it's one into the bay. And then yesterday it was Flores grand slam, Dubon to center, and then Ruff finally gets his first. So we're getting contributions from everyone. It's not just one-man show. However, the NL West is a squeaker, man. Only division in baseball that have every team in the division 500 or better. And if you told me 28 games in the season that the Diamondbacks were going to be 500, I would have laughed at you. But they're somehow pulling this together, and with not a very good roster, putting up some good quality wins. The Rockies are good. They're in 3rd. We're in 4th. And then the Padres and Dodgers are in 2nd and 1st, respectively. So do you think things are kind of sort themselves out and Giants are kind of going to go back up to, 2nd place there? Or do you think the NL West is going to be a lot harder than we thought initially?
Yeah, man, the San Francisco Giants have been playing interesting baseball as of late. They started off really hot this season. They had a great road trip, where they beat Cleveland Indians. They swept the Nationals. They struggled a little versus New York, but they did a great job as well in Milwaukee. I was really high on the San Francisco Giants, but then we came back and really fell down to earth. The injuries haunted us, losing to the Nationals at home in that series was brutal, getting swept by the Dodgers and then losing the first 2 versus St. Louis. However, we finished that series very strong, as you just mentioned, And I'm liking the Giants to get back up. Now we get to play Colorado, which is big. Then we have to go to St. Louis. We just played in Colorado again. So I think we can end this series and start to play better. You know what I'm saying? We got guys back. We got late night Lamont back, as well as Jock back, Belt's back from COVID, although he scratched today. And Crawford stayed healthy. Longoria should be coming back. Logan Webb's back. I mean, the bullpen at one point was a mess. We had guys starting that. I mean, it was a new guy every day. Yovera.
Yeah,
I mean, we had a
Buddy
7-footer. We had a 7-footer on the mound Friday night. But
Yeah, but I was there Friday
Yeah.
night, and Sean Jelly looked really good. 6'11". Bro's playing the wrong sport, but it's all good because he made it to the big leagues. So,
and I'll be the first to say I'm worried a little bit about some of these current Giants. So, like, I mean, obviously we're not going to get 100 wins. If you think we're going to get 100 wins, you are crazy. At the start of the year, Jock was hot. He slowed down. Yaz is playing a lot better. Everyone was giving him crap, but now he's playing really well. He hit a splash hit today. McCovey Dan caught it. But Wilmer's playing well, but Crawford's not going to be as good as last year. That's just a fact. Belt's not going to be as good last year. That's a fact. They both had career years, and they're getting older. I mean, they can't be as good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not going to happen. Longoria wasn't even that good last year. But if he ever plays, we'll see. La Stella, maybe he'll be coming back. Pitching Logan Webb, not looking quite as good as last year.
He's a bit shaky, but Rodon has kind of filled the shoes.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, once again, this Giants team's not going to be good. Joey Bart, in my opinion, is striking out a lot. I mean, we've seen signs of this. When he first got called up in the 2020 shortened seasons, he started out really hot, and then he went back down to earth. 2021, he was kind of like Heliot Ramos this year, barely up and down, so he could feel a little bit part of the team, but he struggled when he was up. And now here in 2022, I mean, he shows good signs, but he's striking out a ton, which is a little worrisome. It's not like he's making contact, but he does have games where he's all right. I think he'll be fine. It is just a little like worrying. And Ramos isn't even doing very well in the minors, which is all right. I mean, I think he'll be fine. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and then the thing about Joey Bart, man, he's shown great size. He's still getting on base at like a great clip, and that's because he's walking a lot.
Yeah.
And that's something he wasn't doing in 2020. He was chasing those pitches. Now he's laying off them. But the thing is concerning is he's just straight up missing those breaking balls in the zone and those fastballs in the zone. So he's shown improvement on discipline outside the zone, but inside the zone, he's not making the contact you want him to.
He's batting 164.
Yeah, his batting average is 164, but check his on base is probably like 330.
I mean, yeah, you're right. There was a day when we had a new guy, like for that past like week. I think we're back to normal now. For like the week before, we literally had like a new guy every day. We had Tom, we had Tom one day, Kai Tom, and then we had Podlo come out of nowhere. I'm like, Pablo. No, it's Podlo. Then, of course, we have Luke Williams, who's been on the team. Yeah, Jason Curzan. I mean, come on.
Those were the dog days. I was about to be like, oh, God. I didn't even want to watch the Giants at that point, dude.
We even had a guy named Mike Ford play for us one day. And these are all just position players. Like, we literally were just finding guys off the street like, hey, you want to play for the San Francisco Giants today? And he'd be like, hell yeah. I played in high school. It was bad. Luis Gonzalez is one of those guys, but he's actually not bad. I actually kind of like him.
I think my prediction with Luis Gonzalez is he'll stay and eventually take that Duggar role.
Yeah, I'm with you. Is Duggar hurt right now? Because he hasn't been.
Duggar hurt his oblique. So
I really like Steven Duggar, but yeah,
60-day IL.
Oh man, I like Duggar, but yeah, that sucks. And then yeah, I mean, there's a point where Jason Vossler was our best player on the team for that week. So yeah, but Mustache May's fully alive. For the Giants at least, not for us. But yeah, love talking baseball and transitioning to the Major League Wiffle Ball League. The downtown D-backs lost the first series day to the Western Wildcats 2-1. Kyle Schultz dealt. Nick Saylor hit a bomb. And Jimmy Norp can he win MVP again? We will see, but that's a little MLW talking MLW here.
Yeah, we're a very versatile podcast. Yeah, so that'll do it for this year's sports talk, man. This was a long one, probably about 40 minutes. We'll see how accurate that is. But yeah, that our little mini baseball / tennis ball / wiffle ball league is gonna start up soon in the summer. So
and we're thinking maybe we'll do a lot of the teams, not just MLW. Like maybe we'll do some spike ball, 3-on-3 basketball. We were thinking.
That'd be
We
fun.
could do a lot. I mean, it
Baseball.
may not just be baseball. And then also shout out Hans Zapp again because he's took the time to make his own picks and write a ton of stuff. So we're gonna show his grades of all his draft picks, including ours, right now on the screen, so you can see that. Pretty cool. Yep. So yeah, shout out Hans Zapp and our 2 grades as well to those. So that's some hardworking CO Sports Talk enthusiasts right there.
Exactly, man. I respect that a whole lot. So, yeah, we'll sign off from here and hope you enjoyed this episode. We will see you next Sunday. Peace.